Hey, this is Shweta, and in this video we'll study about basics of C, and the topics includes our execution of function with the help of RAM. Means we will see how functions consumes memory inside the RAM, and we'll study about recursion, some examples related to recursion, advantages and disadvantages of recursion. First, I have taken one example to make you understand that how functions consumes memory inside RAM. So I think this is visible to you. I have made two functions, add functions and here check even function. I've written code inside main. Main includes three functions, add functions 2 times and check even. Add functions includes to add two numbers. I have taken three variables a, b, c. Printf enter two numbers, scanf %d, address of a, address of b. C is equal to a plus b, and printf the result, that is c. Then here I have written the code for check even, whether a number is even or not. I have taken one variable a, then I have print the value of a. Then if a divided a modulo %d modulo 2 is equal to 0, means a divided by 2 is equal to 0, then printf even, else odd. So here I have defined these two functions, and I have called these two functions inside the main functions. First I have called add function, then check even function, then add function. So here how these functions call inside the RAM. First main function will be called inside the RAM, and the main function is called by the operating system. Then control will move to the first line of the main function, that is add function. So add function will be called inside the RAM. Now control will move to the add function, and it will execute the first line of the add function. And here int abc is not the first line, because these are the declaration, these are not the functions. So here printf, scanf, these are the functions inside the add function. So add function will consume some memory inside the RAM, and after consuming some memory inside the RAM, the main function will be in the pending state, and it will an add function will be an executing state in the current state. So now control will move to the first line of the add function, that is printf function. So printf function will be called inside the RAM, and it will consume some memory inside the RAM, and now add function will also be in the pending state. So after finishing this job, when printf will finish his job, then it will be released from the RAM, and now add will be in the current state. So after finishing its job, then it will also release from the RAM function. So now control will move to the second line of the main function, that is check even. So now check even function will be called inside the RAM, and now control will move to the first line of the check even function, that is printf. Now printf will be called inside the RAM, and now this add function and printf functions are released. Now these are not inside the RAM. Now check even function is inside the RAM, and main function is in pending state. So when first line of check even will be executed, then printf will be called inside the RAM, and now check even function will be in the pending state. When printf will finish its job, then it will be released from the RAM, and the control will now move to the check even function, and when check even function has finished its job, then it will also be released from the RAM. Now control will move to the add function. third line of the main function, that is add function, and similarly the process will go on and it will consume memory inside the RAM function, and after execution of these three functions, these three functions will be released from the RAM, and after execution of these functions, main function will also be released from the RAM. Means they consume memory for just for temporary use. They are not they does not hold some memory for the permanent use. They use they use memory of RAM just to hold just to hold temporary value inside the RAM. So next we will study about recursion. What is recursion? It is a method where the solution to a problem depends on solutions to smaller instances of the same problem. Recursion is also defined as the process by allowing a function to call itself within the program text. Now let's take an example to understand recursion. I have taken an example to find the factorial of 3. Here I have written code to find the factorial of 3. Recursion is basically a part of function. We will study about we have studied about function. So recursion is also a small part of function. Here I have declared function fact. I have made a function fact to find the factorial of 3. I have written if num is equal to 1, return num, that is return 1, and if num is not is equal to 1, then return num into fact num minus 1. And I have defined this function here, and I have declared this function here and call it here. In fact, int num, int is the data type of return data type, and this is int num, that we are taking value in integer. Int k is equal to fact3, printf fact %d. Now let us trace the execution of this program to find the factorial of 3. First, main function will be called inside the RAM. These are the functions that are called inside the RAM. First, main function will be called inside the RAM, and in main function we have written what? K is equal to fact3, printf fact %d k. Then here we have assigned value 3. Then it will call function fact. Then fact will be called, and fact will be called means this function will be called. Now this function will consume some memory inside the RAM, and what is the condition? What is written here? That if num is equal to 1, return num fact num minus 1. Here num will assign is equal to 3. Here fact 3 we have taken in the main function. So num the value of assign as num is equal to 3. So num is equal to 3. So 3 is not is equal to 1. So it will execute this function, that is num into fact num minus 1. So it will again call this function fact num minus 1. So this function will be again called, and this two function will be in pending state, and this function will be in current state. So here num minus 1. So 2 is assigned as num value. So here 2 is equal to 1. No, 2 is not is equal to 1. So it will then execute num into fact num minus 1. So num minus 1 function will again be called. So now these three will be in pending state, and this will be in current state. So what is the value of num here? Here num is equal to 1. So 1 is equal to 1, yes, true. So it will return value 1. So in this way we will find the factorial of 3. We have find the factorial of 3. So now we will move to our next example, that is to find the sum of numbers up to 10 digits. So oh sorry, here it will be not fact, it will be sum. So it's my fault. So here in sum int a, int k is equal to sum 10, printf sum is equal to %d k. Here I have defined this function sum, and here I have declared it. Here it will be not fact, it will be sum. It's my mistake. So I have written the program to sum this 10 digits number int s if a is equal to 1. And I want to discuss one more thing, that this n num is equal to 1 is the exit condition, that the factorial method call itself and then continues to do so until the arguments equals 1, and this exit conditions prevents the method from calling itself indefinite times. So it will help us to prevent us from the infinite loop. So now here the code is in fact int a, int k is equal to sum 10. We have taken 10 numbers, sum of 10 digits number. Now we will take numbers from the users. So first it will call sum 10. It will execute similarly as we have seen in this example. So this is the code for finding the sum of numbers up to 10 digits, and this all numbers are the user taken. We are entering the numbers, we are giving the numbers, and we can find the sum of these 10 numbers. This is it. Thank you.